Well, Jillian, this field behind me is actually where the plane crashed, but DPS troopers have just closed it down, telling me that recovery crews are about to come in, so they're asking everyone to stay back right now. But we're only about 2 miles from the Gilmer Airport, where Sam and Pam Lucky were expected to land last night. And we obtained these documents today that outline exactly what Crabtree was doing before the crash and what DPS troopers found in his truck on the scene. Nina, many of the gas stations here in Tyler, like this Kid Jones, are selling hundreds of these Powerball tickets every single day. Well, I know you guys can see the crawfish, but you can't smell it. I can. It's getting a little spicy in here, and it's making me really hungry. I think these chefs probably want me to get out of their kitchen. And for months, we've been talking with the Smith County Sheriff's Office, trying to figure out what suicide prevention procedures were in place when Jason Mosley died back in May. Well, tonight, we have those answers.
Feel like killing yourself? Some days.
He was clearly suicidal.
What about today? Yeah. Hey, you ever try killing yourself? Yeah.
And still, 34 minutes after he walked through these doors, he was found hanging by his shoelaces, not by a guard, but by another inmate.
And I miss him so much.
His death shed light on a glaring issue, a lacking suicide prevention policy. This was the policy in place when Mosley died. It calls for a follow-up screening for suicidal inmates. It doesn't say what that follow-up should be or when it should take place, and it offers no guidance for handling suicidal inmates. Mosley's father believes not having a good plan in place led to his son's death.
I want some accountability, and I wanted some changes made.
Sheriff Larry Smith says they have modified the policy.
Anybody that comes in, we automatically take their shoestrings.
Okay.
After
When
they
did you
come
start
in,
doing that?
it's our new standard policy.
Jail Captain Ralph Caraway Jr. says that new standard policy also has suicidal inmates put in these detox cells, not normal holding cells.
It's directly monitored by booking officers, so you can actually see everything that's going on at the point in time they're here.
The Texas Commission on Jail Standards cited the Smith County Jail for being 4 minutes late to check on Mosley when he died. The commission requires the inmates be checked on every 30 minutes. Smith County now checks every 15 minutes.
I think it's important that you not only stay on top of things, but you also prevent things from happening.
The initial suicide prevention policy was put into place in 1990 and reviewed a year ago next month. Well, it was revised shortly after Mosley's death, and as for that current policy, well, we haven't been given access to that. Live in Tyler, Risa Morris, CBS 19. Well, Jillian, this field behind me is actually where the plane crashed, but DPS troopers have just closed it down, telling me that recovery crews are about to come in, so they're asking everyone to stay back right now. But we're only about 2 miles from the Gilmer Airport, where Sam and Pam Lucky were expected to land last night. I'm told Pam Lucky was able to get out of the plane, but she was found outside in the cold. DPS troopers believe she may have been there for nearly 5 hours until she was found early this morning.
And to pray for Sam's family, Lord. I know his wife has survived thus far.
This afternoon, someone was missing from the Lions Club meeting in Gladewater.
Just be with them, God.
Sam Lucky was a member of the organization for over 40 years.
But a great guy, and he's going to really be missed in our town.
Harold Wells met Sam Lucky when he moved to Gladewater 41 years ago. They became fast friends.
Sam was just a lovable type guy. You know, everybody, sometimes you always didn't agree with Sam because he was, come on, kind of rough, tough, but that was the way he was. But he, big heart, kind, stuff like that.
Friends say Sam died doing what he loved most, flying this plane with the person who he loved most, his wife Pam, who he married nearly 2 years ago.
Spending that time together, working together, they enjoyed a lot of things. So they were when you saw one, you saw the other.
North Loop Church of Christ preaching minister Joe Chase spent a lot of time with the couple. He even married them and says Sam will be greatly missed.
They were always doing something. They were involved, trying to help people in some way. Every time you saw them, that's what their purpose was to help in our community and in our church.
That's what everybody I spoke with says they'll remember most about Sam.
If you need something done, you just always call Sam, no matter what it was.
I spoke to Pam's niece earlier today, who said Pam was headed into surgery with broken pelvis and broken ribs. And as to how the plane crashed, what happened, well, they're still investigating that. I think you can see some of the troopers and recovery crews heading out, but they will be back tomorrow morning. And we'll keep you updated when we learn more information. Live in Gilmer, I'm Risa Morris, CBS 19.
All right, thank you, Risa.